welcome to Honest Car Reviews. My name is Eric and this is the Ford Ranger Raptor. And in this review I'm going to tell you why this is the most logical, unlogical choice you'll ever make if you buy this Ranger Raptor. As you can see, this is no ordinary Ranger. It's a Raptor, which means that it has a lot of changes to this car. I mean, fender arches, bigger tires, new suspension, chassis strengthening. The rear axle is almost completely new. It is, in reality, not even the same car. These tires are serious. BF Goodrich off-road tires, and they work amazingly well off-road. And they're actually quite quiet on the highway, which I wasn't expecting. Of course, some new aggressive rims, and behind everything are some Fox suspension. These are almost competition grade. This is some serious kit. And here you have a side step. And if you want to step on it, which you can, it doesn't flex at all. I mean, this car is built Ford tough. All of these changes have been to make this car better off-road. But the negative side effect is that this car can't load as much and can't tow as much, which means that if you are a worker that needs something to tow or drag or pull or load, this is not the car for you. And just look how massive this Raptor is. I'm quite tall and it reaches almost to my height. I mean, it is huge. Of course, we need to do the customary rear seats check. And well, I do not really fit with my knees, but there are quite a lot of headroom. And it is quite spacious in here, in the rear. And of course, it is from America, it's really plasticky, but you do fit. The Ranger is the only Ford pickup truck that is sold directly via the Ford dealership network. If you want the F-150, you have to import it, which means that this is the largest Ford pickup truck that you can get in Europe, and it is plenty for European roads. This will fit in almost any parking space and lane as well, but it is quite a struggle. And you will find yourself having to clench your buttocks sometimes because it can become quite narrow a lot of time because it is so wide. Inside, you have some changes. Mainly the seats, which now are clad with the Raptor logo, and some nice materials and the blue stitching. Also, to control this massive car, you have the choice for two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive high, or four-wheel drive low, which means that you can crawl, and you have center locking differential, which means that this is a fully off-road truck. It is meant to be able to handle those steep terrains that rock and everything that's thrown at it. We need to talk about this car's Achilles heel, and that is the engine. It's a diesel engine, which is not bad per se, since it has twin turbos and produces around 213 horsepower and just above 500 Newton meters of torque. It is fine for off-road use, but on the highway and when you want to accelerate, you lose oomph. And when you think of a Raptor, you think of the F-150 with the V8 engine. And this one has a diesel engine. Well, I think that this car deserves a V6 at least. But this car, or this engine, is coupled with a 10-speed automatic transmission, which does the work fine. And now I talked about the exterior, interior, the engine, the gearbox, and all of the suspension. Now we need to put everything to the test, so let's have a drive. Driving the Ranger Raptor, it is completely different compared to any other Ranger. Since the rear axle, the suspension geometry, and almost everything else is different, which means that it feels comfortable to drive. It isn't unsure driving on some twisty roads. You can handle itself, and it's comfortable in a way that not many other pickup trucks are. But if there's anything that I should fault this car for, it is the engine. Diesel with a lot of torque, mind you, but 213 horsepower, I don't think is enough for what it is. It is a Ranger Raptor after all. So I would like to see a V6 or something with a bit more grunt, a bit more power, because it really loses its oomph when you go a bit quicker. But on-road is one thing. Off-road is another thing that this car does amazingly well. And it's almost scary how far you can take a truck that you can literally go into a dealership, pay, and then just go to an off-road track or whatever and have the capabilities that this car has. It is truly mind-boggling. How many car manufacturers offers a car of this caliber with these capabilities? Well, not many. And with my week with this car, I tried to figure out how I should explain how good this car is off-road. And it is difficult, but the feeling that you get when you conquer land, the capabilities of this car, and the way that it makes you almost feel invincible, that feeling that you get, the feelings that you get, trumps almost everything else that is bad about this car. And I'm talking about that diesel engine. So if you want something fun, something different, something that can go off-road without almost no difficulties, well, this Ford Ranger Raptor is the car for you. And that's my final review for this Ford Ranger Raptor. See you next time.